but also meeting amazing people who have done fantastic work up and down the country in supporting families. And it's certainly been a good how many years?
I lost count.
How do you manage toddler tantrums in your household, especially with multiple children? Yes, that's a hard one.
How do you respond to people who say those things?
Well, I think I know I've been working very hard for the family business.
The palace just pulled the Queen's swap of the century. Camilla's out, Kate's in, and nobody saw it coming. Is this just royal musical chairs, or is Buckingham Palace playing 4D chess while we're all busy arguing about whether Charles can handle being king? Let's break down this royal shake-up that's got everyone talking. So what's really going on here? The royals aren't just playing musical thrones for kicks. They're fighting for their fancy pants lives. The British monarchy has a massive image problem. Young people look at them and see a bunch of old rich folks waving from balconies while wearing million-dollar jewellery, not exactly winning over the TikTok crowd. King Charles and Camilla carry more baggage than Heathrow Airport. Let's be real, he's forever the guy who cheated on Princess Diana, and Camilla's stuck as the other woman. No amount of charity work or awkward public appearances can wash that stain away. The British public has a long memory, especially when it comes to their beloved Diana. The palace bean counters have been watching the monarchy's approval ratings crash harder than Prince Harry's relationship with his dad. It's not pretty. Charles is knocking on 75's door, Camilla's already 76, and both of them look about as modern and relatable as a telegram service. They're trying to sell a medieval institution to a generation that thinks 5-year-old phones are ancient history. Enter Kate Middleton, the monarchy's secret weapon. She's youngish, photogenic, hasn't been caught in any scandals, and most importantly, people actually like her.
In the early years, I actually get asked this question a lot. I think people assume that because I'm a parent, that's why I've taken an interest in the early years.
It's certainly been a good how many years?
I lost count.
I think this really is bigger than that. This isn't just about happy, healthy children. This is about the society I hope we could and can become.
The public goes nuts when she wears a $50 dress from some regular store or talks about her kids having tantrums. She makes the royals seem almost human. The palace strategists aren't dummies. They've been studying the polls like sports bookies watching game stats. Kate's popularity numbers make Camilla's look like a sad joke. This isn't about family feelings, it's cold, hard math. This whole Queen switcheroo isn't random royal drama. It's a calculated PR makeover.
Right from the early days, meeting lots of people who are suffering with, addiction or poor mental health, and hearing time and time again that,
I think if you can come out of that stronger and, learn, as I said, things about yourself.
How do you manage toddler tantrums in your household, especially with multiple children? Yes, that's a hard one.
The palace is desperately trying to keep the monarchy from becoming as useful as a VHS repair shop. They're not subtle about it either. Look at Kate. She's normalish. She smiles, she hugs children. Please keep paying for our palaces. The royals are making a desperate bet that Kate's down-to-earth vibe will trick the public into forgetting that the entire concept of monarchy is ridiculous in 2023. They're hoping her perfect smile and charity work will distract everyone from asking why British taxpayers are funding this fancy family circus in the first place. It's their last-ditch effort before the whole royal show gets cancelled for good. Kate didn't just fall into the royal spotlight by accident. The palace has been training her like an Olympic athlete for years.
I think has to be going around the nation. When we launched the survey.
When you go out with someone for quite a long time, you do get to know each other very, very well. You go through the good times, you go through the bad times.
And I got to meet loads of amazing families, loads of amazing parents, hearing firsthand what they were going through, what their experiences of parenthood was really like.
She started out as the ordinary girl from a middle-class family who dared to date Prince William. The stuffy royal types turned up their noses, whispering, "Waity Katie," behind her back, because she hung around waiting for William to propose. They wondered if this commoner girl had enough blue blood to join their fancy club. But the palace had bigger plans. Once they got Kate through the palace doors, they put her through Royal Boot Camp 101. They taught her to walk, talk, sit and wave like a proper princess. No more normal person behaviour allowed. Unlike Diana, who fought against the royal machine, Kate played nice. She smiled for the cameras, followed all the rules, and let the palace PR team mould her into their perfect royal Barbie doll. Kate became a master at seeming normal while saying absolutely nothing interesting. She'll chat about her kids' breakfast habits.
I knew things were getting better and better, and we went through a few stumbling blocks, as every relationship does. You know, when I first met Kate, I knew there was something very special about him, and that I knew that there was possibly something that I wanted to explore there.
But also meeting amazing people who had done fantastic work up and down the country in supporting families
but never tell you what she thinks about actual issues. She's mastered the art of the safe conversation. Weather, children, gardens, repeat. It's like watching someone talk for hours without ever saying a single thing that matters. Her charity work focuses on stuff nobody could possibly disagree with. Who's against helping little kids and mental health? It's the royal equivalent of a politician kissing babies. Maximum photo ops. Minimum controversy. She never has to take a stand on anything that might upset anyone. It's brilliantly boring. The palace has been testing Kate like a new prescription drug for years. They start her with small royal duties, watch how the public reacts, then slowly up the dose. If she visits a hospital and everyone loves it, they send her to 10 more. They read every comment, track every like, and adjust her royal performance accordingly. Kate's not just a pretty lady in fancy hats. She's the monarchy's last-ditch effort to not seem completely useless.
People say with couples it's all about timing, and I had my military career, and I really wanted to concentrate on my flying, and I couldn't have done this if I was still doing my training.
Time to grow and understand myself more as well, so hopefully
Does that mean I've done well?
hopefully do a good job, yeah.
Well, how do you respond to people who say those things?
Well, I think I know I've been working very hard for the family business.
By shoving Camilla to the side and putting Kate front and centre, the palace is making a desperate gamble. They're betting everything on Kate's ability to make people forget they're paying taxes to support a family that exists mainly to wave from balconies and cut ribbons. It's their final attempt to convince the public that kings and queens still matter in a world where regular people are struggling to pay their heating bills. This royal musical chairs isn't about fancy titles. It's about trying to save a sinking ship. The monarchy is like that old guy at a party who thinks he's still cool, but everyone's just waiting for him to leave. They're throwing Kate at the public like a Hail Mary pass in the final seconds of the game. Kate might be their best bet, but even her perfect hair and charity smiles can't hide the fact that kings and queens make less sense than NFTs. The real question hanging over Buckingham Palace isn't about who gets which crown. It's whether this expensive royal circus should exist at all.